We are presented today as we celebrate the feast of the Transfiguration with three who waited in expectation of salvation, with Moses, Elijah, and Panagia. And each of these in their turn were given a revelation of the presence of God in this world, of salvation that was present and yet was still to come. Each tasted blessings, but were not granted to receive the fullness yet. Moses, in his turn, on Mount Sinai and in his ministry with the people of God, judging them, leading them, making peace between them when they struggled with one another, and burdened with their backtalk, with their impatience, with their lack of faith. Moses looked for assurance that God was with them despite their failings. He was granted a taste, and then he went to his death, not seeing the promised land, not tasting that good fruit that had been expected, but waiting still on the salvation of the Lord. Elias, in his turn, preaching righteousness and obedience to a disobedient and wayward people, enduring and suffering the absence of, it seemed, any faithfulness in those to whom he spoke, enduring persecution, enduring trials, enduring disappointment after disappointment. Sent into the wilderness 40 days, he seeks a word from God. He seeks to see the glory of the Lord, to receive assurance that justice and judgment and righteousness will yet prevail. And all he hears is the soft, still voice in the gentle breeze. And then he is told to go and anoint his successor, and quickly he goes to be brought up into heaven, not yet tasting death, but also not yet tasting the fulfillment of what he had yearned for. These two are called to Mount Tabor on the Feast of Transfiguration to see what they had yearned for, to fulfill a promise 1,000 years and far longer in the making. They are called to Mount Tabor to bear witness to righteousness, to judgment, to justice, to holiness, to glory, as God made flesh is manifest to them and to all the world, shining from Mount Tabor. And although Moses had died, he saw life before his eyes. Although Elias had not died, he saw the one who would descend into the depths of hell and raise up those who were bound. And therefore, in this period of fasting, as we observe the death of the Virgin Mary, as we reflect on the death of the saints, as we endure the death of the righteous, the incarnate Word and Son of God manifest on Mount Tabor is given to us with Panagia as well, for the assurance that although all the dominions of death and hell and the world seem to triumph, God is with us, and life and love and glory yet prevail. Therefore, on this great and saving feast, standing in the presence of death, in the darkness of this broken world, we cast our eyes upon the light and we rejoice. Chronia Pola, a blessed feast day to all who celebrate and to all of us who rejoice at the salvation of the Lord. Amen. Have a blessed evening.